Hi there, this is Dominique Dejean Craig, and tonight's video, we are going to talk about the old guard of black media that controlled the minds of blacks and delivered blacks to the Democrats. We're also briefly going to touch on the speeches today from Sleepy Joe from Delaware, and also we're going to talk about President Trump and his speech from the White House today. But first, I want to get into the old black media that controlled the minds of blacks and delivered them to the Democrats year after year. Now, I'm talking about people like Oprah Winfrey, Whoopi Goldberg, a great many of the blacks that you see on television, a great many of them that you see in films, almost just most of the black Democratic politicians fit this category. From people like everybody, Donna Brazile, Kamala Harris, Elijah Cummings lived it. My goodness, just about everybody, the whole Congressional Black Caucus, their job is not to address the needs of the black community. Their job is not to represent blacks to power. Their job is to represent power to blacks. Their job is to pretend like they're getting things done. And now we can see it. We can see it. I'm not the only one calling them out on their hypocrisy over the statues. I'm not the only one calling them out over their hypocrisy for their support of Black Lives Matter. I'm not the only one calling them out for their treasonous support of Antifa. And I'm not the only one calling them out for their policies destroying the black community. Now, we've had plenty of videos, so here's the 60-second version, okay? From slavery to Jim Crow, to the destruction of Reconstruction, to mass incarceration, to abortion, to sanctuary cities, to unions. Yes, unions. They want you to believe that unions are good, but I want each of you to Google the racist history of organized labor in the United States. I want you to take a look. And when the Democrats try to pretend that all of their evil deeds were in the past, I want you to remember that mass incarceration happened under Bill Clinton and Joe Biden. And I want you to remember that Barack Obama, the first black president, brought slavery back to Libya, presided over the greatest transfer of wealth outside of the black community, $1 billion out of the black community during the housing crisis. And instead of bailing out the homeowners, well, of course, he bailed out the banks because, well, that's the type of brother that he is. And then, of course, he dropped a bomb every 20 minutes for 8 years on women and children and wedding parties and funerals. Yup. And Joe Biden wants to run on a continuation of his policies. Now, I want to know who. If you like Obamacare, leave it in the comments. If Obamacare was good for you, leave it in the comments. You want Obamacare to come back? Leave it in the comments. And for the old black people, the old Oprah Winfreys and Whoopi Goldbergs and such, who want to tell the young black people to vote Democrat, young black people are smarter today than you were when you were a kid. And you may get a majority of black people to vote Democrat, but this year you will not get the 90%. And without 90% of the black vote, the Democrats can't win. And the Democrats, you can try to replace blacks with illegal aliens all you want to. But, wow. After Trump passes DACA, you've got nothing. You've got nothing. There's no wind in your sails. So, that's what's up. And of course, today, Joe Biden came out and gave a terrible speech again from his basement. This time, the slurring it's still there, but it's not as bad. Dropping words and picking them up, I did see that. But the worst part about his speeches is the poor performance. Like, they try to script, rah-rah moments in there where we're all supposed to get behind Joe Biden and share his philosophy and so on and so forth. But it just doesn't work. It just comes off like bad acting, like really bad acting, like worse than Star Wars, like Planet of the Apes, like Star Trek, the TV show, just the worst acting you've ever seen. It just doesn't look real. Joe Biden simply doesn't inspire confidence. He's selling the same bag of nonsense. It's the same garbage he sold under Barack Obama. And of course, nobody wants to go back to that. So, anyway, I'd just like to say in closing that the old plantationist black media that is still out there, they're still out there on CNN, they're still out there on MSNBC, they're still out there on PBS. They are still out there. In fact, they're even on Fox News. Fox News brings them out like pets so they can come and tell the blacks why they should continue to vote for the Democrats when the Democrats have done absolutely nothing but destroy them and their communities. Anyway, so no more of the old plantationist black media. When I say we, I'm talking about the new black media and the new patriot media. We don't need y'all. We don't need CNN. We don't need MSNBC. Yup. And we can make our own news, and we can form our own opinions, and we can think for ourselves. So out with the old plantationist black media. Out. Goodbye. Kick rocks. Make sure you kick Whoopi in the nuts on her way out the door too. Anyway, that's our video. Thank you for watching.